This is the craziest and weirdest song that I've ever made. So a few weeks ago, I released this song called Echoes. It's in a really weird time signature. There's a lot of strange harmonic stuff and really strange noises in it. And I am going to do a production breakdown. So just diving into my FL Studio session and going through all of the different layers that make up this song. So this is, I call it a prog singer-songwriter or prog indie folk track, because it has a lot of the sonics of those like singer-songwriter indie folk genres, but it's weird. So yeah, let's get right into it. I'll start from the beginning. I'll play it for you, and then I'll show you some of the layers we have in here because it's a little odd. So the first thing you hear is these two things together. So this Echoes track, which is aptly named after the title of the song, this is a pad that I created by whacking a pot and a pan together and then doing some crazy shit to it. I actually showed that process on my Instagram and TikTok again if you want to check those out. But yeah, so this is a reversed, kind of reversed into the pad, and then it decays after that. And I combined that with some reverse guitars. So I took all of the guitar layers, which I'll show you in a second, and I just reversed the whole thing and then inserted it in and chopped it up a little bit. So that sounds like this. And then combine, that's the little lead into the drop at the start of that second bar, I guess, technically. Yeah, so all the guitar layers that I've put together right here, it's these acoustic guitar and electric guitar tracks. So it sounds roughly like this. That, you know, these layers come in and out throughout the song, but for the most part, it's like this. So, oh, there's a little filter on there, some automation. So usually it sounds just like this. It's pretty standard finger-picked stuff, except in a weird time signature. And then I have this high one as well. And this is actually on a Nashville strung guitar, so the bottom four strings, are an octave higher than they would usually be. So it gets this really cool, bright guitar tone. And that's layered in here with these three electric parts. Very simple, just like strummed chords. Pretty light, kind of airy tone, and then this strummed part. Just for a little bit of layering in there. Sorry about that. If I don't have the automation selected, it goes all haywire. And yes, at the beginning, that's layered in with the echoes, the pad, and the reverse guitars. I've actually artificially added a bit of noise in here too, just a little hiss to make it sound a bit more real. And then yeah, the only thing we have left here, there's just some really simple bass. I didn't do too much with the bass in this track. It's just programmed in. It's pretty simple. Yeah. You know, just need a bit of low end. The drums are real drums. My mixing engineer, Charles Henry Volk, is actually also a drummer. And so he's drummed on a few of my songs now. But yeah, he did this amazing stuff here, and I added a little brush layer underneath that, just for a bit of shika. Yeah. This is what the drums sound like at the beginning all together. I felt bad. I had to ask him, hey, you wanna drum in 7/8 and do all these weird, crazy subdivisions, and he did. He did an excellent job, and like really quickly too. Yeah, what a guy. And then in the verses, I have these brushes and shakers layered in. And so when you combine that with the drums, it's just a nice, more full, round sound. And the only other thing in the intro is, again, because I like reversing stuff and I want this song to sound really trippy, I have this reversed drum bus in here as well. So it's just all the drums together and then reversed. And it's just layered in there. So there's everything all together. And yeah, that's the breakdown of everything in this crazy intro. Oh, sorry, and also this string pad here. It's this crazy wild sound. Let's talk about that. It's one of my favorite things in this track. Oh, okay, I don't have the processing on this track. I must have rendered that down. That started off as Abbey Road strings. So this is like a classic strings plugin, which sounds something like this. I have the low strings option right now, so I can't go too high. I think originally this was the high strings sound, but, you know, same kind of tone. So I took that and I processed it with all this crap, the granulation, weird reverbs, some kind of filtering on there, and it turned into this freaky, choppy sound, which just really nailed in the atmosphere I was looking for. So yeah, let's talk now about the vocal arrangement, and then the string arrangement, and then I want to talk about the end, and that will kind of cover most of this. So yeah, the main vocal. I record everything with not this mic, but this guy. This is the Townsend. Sorry, it's not. Well, this is the Townsend, but Universal Audio acquired this company. So it's called the Sphere, is what this mic is like actually called now. UA, or Universal Audio Sphere. This thing's crazy. It can emulate literally any microphone. So if you go on to any recorded track that I have, so any of these vocal layers, you'll see that I have the top plugin in my effects chain is always this Townsend Labs Sphere. And so what this allows you to do, it's unbelievable the options this thing has. So, you know, you record it like any other mic, except it doesn't have just one capsule. It's got two capsules in it. And what that allows it to do is it allows it to spatially map the area around you. And in post-processing, you can change things like the polar pattern. You can see right here, I have it on cardioid, but I can change it to omni, or I can change it to figure of eight. Or anything in between. It's crazy. I'm just gonna put this down. And you can, again, after recording, you can dial in, you know, the filter, so like a low cut filter, the axis, proximity effect. You can add more proximity or less proximity, so change where you were relative to the mic after recording. And most importantly, you can select any number of mics, and it can accurately emulate the sound of some of the most iconic mics. So anyways, little random plug of that microphone. I use that to record, I'm not kidding, everything. Like all my vocals, all my violins, most of my guitars. It's crazy. Why did I say that? Yeah, so my main vocal. Let's see, I don't even remember what emulation I used. All right, okay, the 12. So yeah, it's the classic large diaphragm microphone. That's just the tone that suited this song the best.
Tell me how I'm supposed to kneel, leverage my right.
My effects chains don't matter so much. So I kind of, because I get these songs mixed, so I put on some pretty standard effects just to get a nice sound. But the only thing I really leave on, some de-essing as well, the only thing I really leave on when I send it to mixing is the Townsend plugin. So I dial in the mic selection to get the best tone for the song. But after that, I just send it off to mixing, and then Charles, my mixing engineer, same guy as the drummer, just kind of does what he wants. So yeah, that's how the main vocals recorded, and it's very similar process with all the other stuff. So one really cool thing in the choruses of this song, I have these vocal duplicates panned either side. They sound ridiculous on their own. So they're pitched up. Sorry, this is auto-tuned. So they're auto-tuned really harshly, as you can hear. Then this is the pitch shifter. They're pitched up an entire octave, and the formant is actually brought down, which gets a really interesting kind of like tone on it, which I love. And yeah, we got some chorus on here, EQ, de-essing, reverb right on the track. I didn't even do a send there. Wow. Yeah, so I left all my processing on these ones for mixing because like such a crazy sound. So I also have some normal doubles here.
You could have left me in my
Kind of out of tune. You don't even hear it in the final thing. But yeah, so that's layered all in with the main vocal.
You could have left me.
Wow, that's
in
out of tune.
my
My God. Some of the things I leave in here. And there's a couple little harmony layers in here as well.
At the checkout, reading Hume, feeling as hollow as the truth.
And then in the second chorus, I actually got my girlfriend to record some harmonies in here. So I have this little thing going in. I think this is all me. This little
Like the
stack
brittle
here.
kite you made.
Yeah, that's me there. But then this chorus 2 alto and soprano. This is actually not me. This is my girlfriend. So it just emphasizes a couple of the lines there. So I'll play that whole thing together. Why is this not? It should be grouped there. Okay. Just don't mind me just fixing my project after having already released this song.
We went and messed up all we built. Callous and careless, fighting guilt.
Yeah, so those are the layers in there. Just a few harmonies, a few doubles, nothing crazy. And then the bridge, we have everything doubled. So yeah, the bridge, this is a cool section because everything kind of swells in this chorus and then it all disappears into this very chaotic atmosphere.
Cavernous questions left to fill. It's so far.
So there's a really big cymbal crash that decays there for a while, and we're left with just the main vocal, just the one layer of finger-picked acoustics, and my favorite thing, which is the strings pad, which kind of fades in slowly. So this chaotic string pad we talked about earlier. And then I actually have some real violins in here. And they start sliding. And then we get more and more layers of slidey shit. Let's get these all activated. So everything starts going crazy. More and more layers come in. And then finally, it resolves here. And there's a second little. And that, to me, just added the just what was missing there, as it builds into this chorus. There's this really crazy, like it just gets so, I mean, dissonant is an understatement at this point. Like the sliding, the texture, like it's all dissonant, and then it swells into this yeah, so that's kind of all the layers that we talked about. They all come back for that last chorus. It's, it's a classic trick. Oh yeah, a couple little funny things. There's also this gang vocal in here. This is a terrible gang vocal. This was really lazy. I just did a bunch of recordings, meshed it all together, and was like, yeah, fuck it. Just putting on like different voices and stuff. It adds a little something in there. It's nothing crazy, but oh yeah, and I do, again, I have one of these harmony stacks at the end of the chorus, which I really like. And combined with the main vocal. Yeah, it's a really cool sound. Yeah, and then there's at the end here, I have this lone picked guitar. Oh yeah, sorry, but and if you remember earlier, when I was playing the acoustic guitars and I didn't have this track selected, they would have this crazy distorted sound. That's because I have this automation here of this this filter that gets them really distorted towards the end of the chorus. So it starts to fade in here. And then we're left with, and that's combined with, where is it? Yeah, here, this cinematic pad, and the noise raises quite a bit as well. So this all comes in. And then we're left with just this one guitar. And I have a really harsh EQ that gets automated in here. It's this one. Yeah, it's like a kind of like a radio sounding EQ. Sounds like it's being played over the phone almost, as it fades out towards the end. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the track breakdown of Echoes. And yeah, obviously afterwards it was mixed by Charles Henry Voke and mastered by Justin Gray. Those are always my mixing and mastering engineers. Those guys are great. Yeah, that's the track. It's a crazy one. There's some weird sounds and weird stuff in it, so hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more stuff like this, please like and subscribe. And if you want to support me further, I have a Patreon. And also, if you are a songwriter and you have music, maybe that sounds something like this, maybe that sounds a little bit less like this, and you want me to do something like this to your song, please get in touch. Leave a comment, chat with me. I'd love to hear about your stuff, and make a crazy arrangement like this for one of your songs. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Don't tell me how my ears still ring from the fire.